Let's start with a sort of the basics, first of all. Why is it business's job to tackle environmental and social problems?
The reason it's business's job to do that is that they're owned by institutional investors. And what we're talking about is sovereign wealth funds and particularly pension funds. So that money and that ownership is all of our business. As people who save into a pension scheme and end up owning shares in the largest companies, we have this dual interest in those companies performing well from a commercial and investment returns point of view, because that's how we will be able to retire in some degree of security and comfort in our old age. But we have a very direct interest in the behavior of those companies because it shapes the communities that we live in, the organizations we're employed by, the food we eat, the air we breathe. We're the owners of the companies. And so it's right that they should be behaving in ways that serve our broader interests. And Milton Friedman's view, that narrow returns maximizing view, can make sense if you own just one particular company. But when you, as large investors do, own a huge range of companies across the economy, you actually really need them to behave in a sort of pro-social, pro-environmental way, partly because they're owned, as I say, by millions of ordinary people who have an interest in corporate behavior, but also because companies that export harms and problems onto other companies end up actually limiting the returns of those other companies as well. So there's this very important need to recognize that in the 21st century, the nature of capital markets and investment markets and large investors owning companies creates a very different mandate, one that absolutely requires companies to consider their social and environmental impacts because their owners have an interest in that.